play men. Like I just played you. How's it feel?
Wow.
When you are deeply attached to a woman, it can be hard to break away from her and move on with your life, especially when there has been a lot of history between the two of you. But in this video, we are going to break down how to develop more emotional freedom so that you can choose the right partner for you. So the scene we are going to break down here takes place in the movie Focus, where Will Smith is playing some talented grifter who is enrolling a young lady and teaching her all the tricks of the trade to become like him and join the crowd. And obviously they become intimate, without which it wouldn't be a great movie, and things get serious, but then he's the one abandoning her without really giving any explanation, and she's devastated obviously, and years later they meet again. This time, he's the one chasing her and becoming obsessed with winning her back, whereas he had been the one leaving her in the first place. So this is exactly and precisely where this scene takes place.
You know, Nikki, I've been thinking about all this.
And?
And, Nikki,
Let me have it.
Nikki, if we just ran, if we just, you know, if I could slip away or if we could,
Yes.
can we just,
Whatever. Yes.
I can't. I can't. I'm sorry.
Wait. Just. Whatever you want. I can keep you safe.
Nikki,
Come on, Jess.
Nikki, you taught me so much. But I've learned a lot since then. And I'd really like to show you all the things I've learned. Like how I learned how to play men. Like I just played you. How's it feel?
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
I think you're losing it. That was pathetic.
And after this moment, she's even making fun of him for having said, "I will keep you safe, babe," as if it was just a random mellow line or vanilla line that any guy might say when he wants to fuck somebody or get her back, but he was not being authentic or honest in her eyes. And we also learn in this movie, without spoiling too much, that the character played by Will Smith had some trouble with his dad related with abandonment. So although she's making fun of him because she has been really hurt by him in the past and she's playing with his feelings in that scene, but also we learned that there was a reason why he acted that way. And that is the core of what I want to give as a message in this video and how you can move forward, whether you want to break away from somebody or get together again, but that is complicated between the two of you. Because your initial default model for how to operate emotionally and intimately within a relationship is based on your parents. Whether you like it or not, it is always based on how your mother behaved or how your dad behaved, or both at the same time, and also how they treated you. Either because you just follow their patterns as a default setting, you can learn other things later in life, but in the beginning you just act in the way they acted between each other, with each other, or you act, as a complete opposite of what you have seen them doing. But in that case, you're still like in a confrontation with what you saw them doing in the beginning. So as a simple thought process, you might investigate what did you see or what do you remember or what have been the most loaded emotional experiences you have seen or you have witnessed or experienced with your parents and the relationship they had with each other. What have you seen? You have your history, and you also obviously have her history, because all the things I said about you and your parental conditioning is true equally for her. And if she has trouble connecting with you or leaving you alone or whatever you don't like about her, that can also be because of the way she has seen her parents behaving in the same way. So if you clicked on this video, you may have specifically one woman you have trouble letting go of, or one woman with whom you are in conflict and you're not really sure how to make things get better. She is simply, in the easiest sense of the term, she is an echo in some way of your mother or of your father, or the behavior she has is an echo of something you have witnessed with your mother or with your father at some point. If there is any trauma linked with being abandoned or feeling like they are being abandoned, when the child feels like they are being abandoned or they didn't really receive the emotional support from one of their parents, that may be replicated on their behavior with you or on your behavior with her as having trouble opening enough to really connect emotionally. Or on the reverse, when things get serious, pushing the person away because you don't want her to get too close. Or on the reverse, she might be the one pushing you away because she has trouble accepting that a man and a woman can really get close emotionally if she has seen her parents quite distant or fighting all the time whenever they were supposed to be in love. Therefore, when you really elaborate on this dichotomy, what happened with your parents and her parents, you might simply answer or investigate or think about the easiest question: what exactly stands in the way of you and her being together? And in the end, you might just want to leave her, get away from her, or you may, in the back of your head, want her to come back. Whatever it is, it's really your life, not mine, so do whatever you choose. Simply, what stands in the way of you and her being together? That might be a legit reason, a reason why you definitely want her to get away, or that might be a reason that, listening to me right now, you realize, yeah, I kind of have to work on that because in the back of my head or in the back of my heart, I kind of want to connect with her, but I don't really think I can. In that case, okay, what specifically stands in the way of you and her being together? Is it linked more to your dad, to your mom, to her dad, or to her mom? It has to be at least one of those four, at least partly. Then other experiences obviously may have shaped her attitude in relationships, like past boyfriends and stuff like that, but most likely there is a link with one of those four parents in one way or another. Whatever it is, you only really experience a loving relationship or a healthy relationship with whoever you want once you release all the wounds that were linked in the back of your mind with attaching emotionally to another human being. What have been the wounds conditioning your thought process and reluctance or desires to connect with another human being? Here, women if you're a man. And what happened specifically in your case? In the movie, for example, once again, without spoiling everything, there is at some point some kind of release, without explaining too much, some kind of release about the fact this character played by Will Smith has been abandoned in a pretty tragic way, and after the release happened, or after some explanations get clarified about this matter and issue, then things get better. I won't tell you how, you have to watch the movie first. It's a great movie, by the way. I watched like maybe 5 times. And when things get better, then the relationship becomes healthier, because it is no longer based on fear and trauma, it is based on something they both actually want to happen between the two of them. So in your specific case, with your specific situation, what specifically needs to be released so that you finally become able to live without her? Yes, I said that right, I will repeat again. What needs to be released so that you accept the possibility to live without her? Even if in the end you want her to come back, that could happen, but even if you want to come back, it will only happen in a healthy way if it happens. It depends on people. If it happens, it will only happen in a healthy way if you have released or accepted the possibility to live without her. Once you have accepted and processed that possibility, then definitely something that might happen between the two of you will happen in a healthy way, because it will not be attached to the trauma of being so scared of losing somebody. It will be based on, I just legitimately want to be with that person, and if she has worked on herself in the same way, she might connect with you in a healthier manner therefore. From a place where you are completely okay with living without somebody, or like you don't need them to exist, let's say, because it might always hurt to lose somebody, but at least you can have a life. You realize you do have a life and you can continue your life even if they are not there. Once you can accept that emotionally from within, then first of all, they might be more compelled to come back because you no longer try to trick them like Will Smith does in the beginning of the movie. You are actually just not giving a fuck. And that's what can be compelling. Counterintuitive, I know. When you no longer chase people, that's when they actually are more compelled to come to you. But I know that might be pretty intricate and complicated, also depending on what has been your life history so far, and if there is anything still going on with your parents or any significant other that has been shaping your views of relationships that might still be emotionally loaded for you. So I have something for you, which actually is not from me, it is from somebody else I learned from years ago, and he has built a whole hypnotic track for getting over your ex that I have used many times myself, and that definitely helped me. So this hypnotic track is down below in the description. I don't even have any affiliation with it or with him. It is really just because I want to share that, because not many guys have the courage to go through that path, and for the few ones still here watching or listening and who will have the gut to go through this process, I want that to be available to the maximum amount of guys possible. So you have this down below. It's not even my hypnotic track, I don't get any money from it, but please use it, buy it and use it if you think you really need some emotional processing linked to that matter. I tell you goodbye, see you soon, and see you in the next video.